Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to look past the usual debates and just uncover the sheer brilliance of the literary architecture hiding right there in Genesis 1. Seriously, whether you know this text by heart or you're looking at it with completely fresh eyes, this ancient cosmological blueprint is absolutely going to blow your mind.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with in the beginning, then move through shaping the environments, filling the skies, life in the waters, beasts, and humanity, and finally wrap it all up with a very good world. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. In the beginning. Our narrative starts in a state of absolute nothingness, which sets up a baseline of total disorder.
So picture this. We're starting with a completely formless void, just totally enveloped in darkness. You've got the Spirit of God moving over the face of the waters before the very first command for light is even given. It's this intense, ancient picture of untamed, chaotic water and pure darkness.
Now, to fix all that chaos, the author uses this incredibly precise, repeating three-step formula. It's like a rhythm. First, you get the command, then the immediate execution, and finally, the divine assessment. It establishes this really powerful heartbeat of ultimate authority and order right out of the gate.
Looking at the first 3 days, you'll see it's all about architecture. We're talking literal boundaries here. It's a process of sheer separation, separating light from dark, waters from waters, and land from sea.
Section 2, shaping the environments. Let's zoom in on days 2 and 3 to see how this ancient universe was actually conceptualized. Okay, this next part usually catches modern readers off guard. The text actually envisions a literal, massive hard dome, a firmament, that is actively holding back cosmic waters. On day 2, God commands this firmament to exist right in the middle of the waters. Think of it like a giant architectural barrier, keeping the primordial deep at bay, just so life can eventually exist safely underneath it.
By the time we hit day 3, this whole forming phase is basically a wrap. Dry land pops up out of the gathered seas and immediately brings forth self-sustaining plant life. And notice the heavy emphasis on reproduction here. Grass, herbs, trees, they are all described as yielding seed after their kind. The environments are now fully built and furnished.
And right here, this is the massive aha moment of the whole text. Just look at this literary symmetry. It's like a giant puzzle fitting together perfectly. The empty spaces formed in the first 3 days are perfectly matched and populated in the final 3 days. Day 1 makes the space for light, day 4 fills it. Day 2 creates the sea and sky, day 5 fills them. Day 3 creates the land, and day 6 fills it. I mean, it is just a masterclass in ancient literary design.
Section 3, filling the skies. Moving right along into the second half of our blueprint, day 4 circles back to the very first element, light.
Check this out. Day 4 connects perfectly to day 1, but the sun, moon, and stars aren't just cosmic light bulbs here. They are specifically commissioned as actual rulers to govern the domains of day and night that were just built. So day 1 gave us the abstract domains, and day 4 gives us the physical entities that actively govern those domains.
So, what does this all mean? The narrative is essentially setting up an ancient divine calendar system. It's designed to bring measurable time and order to human existence. They aren't just massive burning spheres in space. In the context of this text, their primary job is to serve as signs, dictate the flow of time, and physically rule over the day and the night.
Section 4, life in the waters. As we jump to day 5, those empty spaces from day 2 are finally ready for some action.
The symmetry just keeps going. Day 2 built this massive empty theater of ocean and sky, and now day 5 brings out the actors, great whales, moving creatures, and winged fowl to fill it all up.
Now here's something brand new. For the very first time in the text, a direct blessing is spoken over the creation. God is actively commanding these creatures to reproduce according to their kind. The creation isn't just a static building anymore. It's dynamic, it's alive, and it's expanding.
Section 5, beasts and humanity. We've officially reached the narrative climax on day 6, where the dry land gets its ultimate inhabitants.
Just like we saw earlier, day 6 is a flawless mirror of day 3. It populates that dry land with diverse animals before introducing the absolute pinnacle of this ancient blueprint, mankind. Just as the earth was commanded to bring forth plants back on day 3, it's now commanded to bring forth living creatures, cattle, and creeping things. But then, right here, the whole rhythm breaks. You get this totally unprecedented shift in language. Instead of just speaking things into existence like with the plants or animals, there is this royal, collaborative declaration to create male and female in the image of God. This points to a highly special status, a totally unique separation from the rest of the created beings we've seen so far. This assigns humanity a very, very specific role within this cosmology. We're not just hanging out as inhabitants, we're essentially the active stewards, granted complete dominion over every other living creature. Humanity is tasked to subdue the earth and rule over the domains of the sea, the air, and the land. They are positioned as the ultimate managers of this highly structured system.
Section 6. A very good world. So as the sixth day draws to a close, this grand structural masterpiece of the universe is finally complete.
Now, this is kind of wild. The narrative actually sets up a strictly vegetarian diet for both humans and beasts at the foundation of the world. Yup, in this pristine blueprint, even the lions were eating salads. It paints a picture of a perfectly harmonious system where the environments totally support the inhabitants without any conflict or predation.
And because of all that perfect harmony, the divine assessment gets an upgrade. Instead of just good, this completed, highly organized system is finally declared very good. It's the ultimate stamp of approval on the symmetry and functionality of the whole blueprint.
Looking back at these last 3 days, it's just a brilliant wrap-up of the filling phase, completely resolving that chaotic, empty void we saw in the very first verse. The darkness, filled with light and celestial rulers. The empty waters and skies, teeming with fish and fowl. The barren land, bursting with vegetation, beasts, and mankind. So, wrapping this all up, seeing this poetic journey from a dark, messy void to a beautifully ordered cosmos, it really makes you wonder, right? How does this foundational blueprint change how we view our place in the natural world today? Are we merely just inhabitants passing through, or does that ancient call to structured stewardship actually still matter? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for diving into this explainer with me.